Happy Thanksgiving, or if you're from Canada, Happy Thanksgiving Part 2. And welcome to a special little vlog that is hopefully going to also serve as the pilot for a cooking series done by yours truly, the Shadowbird, also known as NomsTV. That will be hopefully what the cooking show will be called. Since it is almost Thanksgiving, and since I have a part in a big family dinner, I'm going to let you follow me along as I make a pumpkin cheesecake. So, let's get started. Okay, first things first, you're going to, for the crust, you are going to need a food processor, a springform pan, preferably in the 9-inch range, 9-inch size, and the software for it. You're going to need 1 stick of butter, 1 package of graham crackers, brown sugar, and in my case, some ground ginger. You can use ground cinnamon, but I'm not, and you'll understand why later on. Now, time to put this together. Let's start off with the butter. Get this into a saucepan, medium heat, and melt it. Oh, while you're over here, preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Okay, I just pulse that up to finish it, get it all nice and crumbly. Now, take off your top, and you'll want to add in 3 tablespoons. Just pack and sweet of light brown sugar. I forgot to mention that earlier. Light brown sugar. Okay. And put the lid back on. And pulse that up to mix that together. Okay, got that all incorporated. Now remove your feed tube, get your melted butter. It should look just like that, nice and melted. And pour that in. Again, set your feed tube down so things don't fly up. And pulse that till that comes together. Alright, let's just have a little look-see here. Oh yeah, that looks really good. Okay, now get out your springform pan. We'll put that into there, and I'll show you that here in just a second. Actually, no, I won't show you that just yet because I almost forgot. You need, let's see here, half a teaspoon of your selected spice. Like I said earlier, mine is ground ginger. Yours can be cinnamon, but I have a very good reason not for going with cinnamon at this time. And scrape those bits down on the sides. Move this up, and we'll pulse that. Okay, now we are ready to put this into the form spring pan. So just first take your blade off and undo that. Get that out of the bowl. Feel free to use your hands as long as they're clean. And just pack this into the bottom. Try and get it evenly covered along the bottom. Smush it down so there aren't too many holes. Get a nice even layer. Use your knuckles to really press it down into there. And now, go wash your crummy hands. As you can probably tell, I'm kind of influenced by Alton Brown, thus some of the phraseology I use might be kind of borrowed from him. Okay, for this next section, for the filling, you're going to need hardware-wise a stand mixer, beater attachment. If you're wondering what this bowl, ramekin, and slotted spoon setup is for, I'll show you later. Software, you're going to need 3 eggs, sour cream, plain white table sugar, vanilla extract, pumpkin pie spice, a 15-ounce can of pumpkin, some all-purpose flour, and the aforementioned 3 packets of cream cheese. Now, to show you what this is for. Now, you can see we need 3 eggs, but actually we need 3.5 eggs because we're going to need an egg yolk. Let me show you how to do that. This is actually a pretty ingenious little trick. First thing you want to know is when cracking eggs, flat surfaces. Don't do it up against the side or on the edge of a bowl. Level, flat surface. So just get it all nice and cracked like that. And then when you pull it apart, you see how we got the slotted spoon here? What this is going to do is it's going to let the white go through the slots. This will take a little while, but it'll do it, trust me. The white will go through the slots, and pretty soon all you'll be left with is yolk. And then you can put that in your stable. And then you can crack the other 3 eggs and use them whole. By the way, I forgot to mention, these egg whites, you can either save them up to make meringues with, or I hear eggs make good hair conditioner, or you can throw it away. Eggs are cheap. Okay, the eggs are separated and the cream cheese is soft. So let's start getting this together. Start by popping your cream cheese into the bowl. By the way, I should have mentioned earlier, instead of the slide spoon method, you can always toss it back and forth between the eggshell to separate the egg white from the yolk that way. But to be honest, I've never had that much good luck with that method, so I decided to use the slide spoon method, and it works very well. So once we get this in, we'll come back. Alright, now it's in the bowl. We'll lock it in the up position and beat it until smooth. And that's pretty much what it should look like. Now, at this point, scrape down the bowl. Trust me, you will want this bowl scraped down. You don't want this cream cheese sitting up too high on the bowl. Otherwise, it's not going to get integrated very well. I learned this the hard way the first time I tried making this dish. So, scrape down that bowl as best as you can. Yeah. Get that down toward the beater. Oops. Accidentally got a little on the counter. Oh well. Good stuff. Tart, but good stuff. Now that you've got that scraped down, it's time to start adding in your ingredients. Starting with the pumpkin. I like to use a little mini spatula to make sure it gets out of the can completely. It's going to take a while. A little bit more. Come on. Come out in the name of Thanksgiving. All right. There you go. And at this point, we can also add the eggs. And the egg yolk, of course. Now, for the sour cream, you want just a mere quarter cup of sour cream. Don't be afraid to get messy. Messy is good. And you can add the sugar. A whole lot of sugar, by the way. You'll want a full cup and a half, which equals 3 half cups. At least that's how I do it. 2, 3, just a little bit extra to make up for not getting it all the way full. And the spice. I go with a full teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Now you can divvy this up into a half teaspoon ground cinnamon, an 1/8 teaspoon ground nutmeg, an 1/8 teaspoon ground cloves. But I go with about a full to maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice because it actually cuts down on the proportion of cinnamon going into this. There is a very good reason for that, and it is the same reason why I did not put any cinnamon in the crust earlier, but instead used ginger. I know someone who is allergic to cinnamon, and I do not wish them any harm. So, bottom line here is, know who your guests are for Thanksgiving, know who's coming, know what food allergies they have, and cook accordingly. Because trust me, nothing is going to kill Thanksgiving this year and forevermore faster than being known as the person who gave someone anaphylactic shock. Alright, now we move on to the flour. And that will be just a little bit of flour, 2 tablespoons as a matter of fact. Not very much at all. And you can sift this in, but I am in a bit of a hurry. So I'll just lightly shake it and dump that in. And the vanilla extract. 1 teeny tiny teaspoon. Pour this over the bowl so any extra goes in the pie. And now we'll let it combine thoroughly. Remember to start out slow so that you don't kick flour everywhere. After this has been going for a while, make sure you stop it, drop down. Make sure you scrape so that there's not any cream cheese or anything that's not quite getting its way worked into the pie. After all, we want to make sure everything comes together just fine. Then bring it back up and lock and let it go. I should have done that earlier. Alright, after this is well combined together, make sure you've got your spatula. Okay, take it down and work your beater attachment out. Might take some doing. While you're going to the sink, if you want to, you can lick the batter. Cook's benefits, you know. Okay, now that we've got that going, let's get this filling into the crust. Alright, just pour that right into there. Anything that needs a little coaxing. Just take your spatula, get some coaxing. Okay. Give this a little jiggle to get any air bubbles out of it and even it up. And go wash out this bowl. You'll need it here in just a second. Okay. Our pie has long since, our oven has long since been preheated. So let's go take it into the oven. 350 if you'll remember. I actually recommend doing this with both hands, but in fact, yeah, hold on a second. Okay, bringing this into the oven, 350 degrees, as you may recall. Now, some recipes may say you bake this for an hour, but me, I'm only going to time this for 50 minutes. Why? Because I'm going to check on this after a while and see if it's getting close to done. This will help prevent cracks. But don't worry. If there is cracking, what you'll see next will more than take care of that for you. Okay, here is how to make a very, very easy whipping cream. As you can see, I've got the mixer set back up again with the bowl. This time I have the whisk attachment. Now, since we're doing Thanksgiving, we're going to need quite a bit of whipping cream. So I usually use a whole pint of cream. Like I said, this will make a lot of whipping cream. More than enough to take care of that pie and probably a few other things. So, there we go. There's your cream. And you're going to want some sugar in it as well. For a whole pint of cream, I'd go with maybe about, oh, I'd say 3/8. Let's see, that's about 2/3 of a fourth of a cup, so 2/12, I think. Let's just make it a full 1/4 cup. You don't want it super sweet, unless you like it that way. And just for a little bit of flavor, I'm not going to measure this, but just a little shot of vanilla extract. Alright, bring it up and lock it down. And time to beat this. Now, you don't want to beat the crap out of this. You just want to beat it until it's starting to get nice and firmed up. And I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. Alright, let's try this one more time. Helps if it's in the down position. Oh yeah, it's nice and thick. See that little corner there? That is a peak. And that's what you're looking for. This is some done cream. Now, as I said earlier, well, tap most of the cream back into the bowl. But as I said, while you're taking this beater to the kitchen, enjoy the fruits of your labor. Okay, now what you'll want to do is you'll want to get that out of your mixer bowl and into resealable containment. You could do a glass bowl with plastic wrap over it too, but resealable bowl works just as well. Get as much as you can out of the bowl. You don't want to waste this goodness. There we go. Oh. One more. And again, take your time going to the sink. Meet you when the pie is checked. Alright, now that the alarm has gone off, let's go check our pie. Turn on the heat just in case. I need to put it back in for a while. Pull it out. Do a little jiggle. If it's still a little wobbly, that'll be fine. Because if it sets up in the oven, it'll be overdone by the time it gets out to cool. And let's just do a little jiggle test here. Yeah, see, a little jiggly. It's starting to crack up in the little places, some places, but other than that, that is good. We can turn off our oven, close it up. And now is let that rest right there. 15 minutes. Do not touch it. That is the timer. Our cheesecake is cool. Now, into the chill chest for at least 4 hours. Maybe even for the next couple of days, which in my case is going to have to be the way it's going to be. But before you put it in there, wrap it in saran wrap. like I said, at least 4 hours. Overnight would be not too shabby, but in my case, a couple of days. That's how you make pumpkin cheesecake. So, from the Shadowbird family to yours, happy Thanksgiving. Later, y'all.